They said it couldn't be done. A tiny coastal club with a 12,000 capacity stadium competing in the Premier League? For years, football pundits dismissed AFC Bournemouth as merely passing through the top flight, destined to retreat back to the lower leagues where their modest Vitality Stadium seemed more appropriate. But they were wrong. Dead wrong. The Cherries didn't just survive, they planted roots. And now, the smallest stadium in Premier League history is about to undergo a transformation that will forever change the landscape of football on the south coast of England. Humble beginnings. Before we dive into the ambitious expansion plans, let's appreciate where Bournemouth came from. The Vitality Stadium, or Dean Court as the locals still lovingly call it, has been the home of the Cherries since 1910. That's over 110 years of history packed into this modest ground. With a capacity of just 11,864 seats, it's not just the smallest in the Premier League, it's smaller than many League One and even some League Two stadiums. When you consider that Old Trafford holds over 74,000 fans, and even mid-table clubs like Leicester can pack in over 32,000 supporters, you begin to understand the financial disadvantage Bournemouth has been operating under. For perspective, on match day, Manchester United can generate more ticket revenue in a single game than Bournemouth might see in a month. This isn't just about prestige, it's about survival and competitive balance. The economics of modern football are brutal and unforgiving. With the Premier League's increasingly competitive financial landscape, stadium capacity directly correlates to revenue potential. Each unsold seat represents lost income that could fund better players, improved training facilities, or enhanced youth development. Bournemouth's average matchday revenue sits at approximately £400,000, a figure dwarfed by the top 6 clubs who can pull in between £3 and £6 million per home game. This disparity creates a vicious cycle. Limited revenue leads to limited investment, which restricts competitive growth, which in turn caps revenue potential. The club's American ownership group, led by businessman Bill Foley, recognized this economic reality immediately upon taking control in December 2022. Their verdict was swift and decisive: expand or stagnate. The master plan. The expansion plans revealed last year aren't just ambitious, they're revolutionary for a club of Bournemouth's size. The project aims to increase capacity from under 12,000 to approximately 18,500 in the first phase, with potential for further expansion to 22,000 in future phases. This isn't merely about adding seats. The master plan approaches the stadium holistically, reimagining it as a modern sporting venue that can generate revenue 7 days a week, not just on match days. The most striking element of the design is the new East Stand, set to replace the current temporary structure with a sweeping, architecturally significant construction that will house premium hospitality areas, a club museum, expanded retail space, and improved media facilities. The curved roof design pays homage to Bournemouth's coastal identity, while providing practical benefits for acoustics. The South Stand will also undergo significant redevelopment, creating a formidable home end designed to amplify the atmosphere with improved acoustics and steeper seating arrangements. Engineers have specifically designed this stand to maximize noise reflection, creating what they hope will become one of the most intimidating ends in English football. What makes this expansion truly forward-thinking is how it addresses the total fan experience. Modern football supporters demand more than just 90 minutes of action. They expect a comprehensive entertainment experience. The plans include 35 corporate boxes, a significant increase in premium seating options, 4 new restaurants open throughout the week, and expanded concourse areas designed to reduce congestion and increase per capita spending. Data analytics from other Premier League venues suggest these improvements could increase the average fan's matchday spend by up to 40%. The club has worked with leading acoustical engineers to ensure the redesigned stadium amplifies crowd noise rather than allowing it to dissipate. Sound-reflecting panels strategically placed in the roof structure will bounce crowd noise back onto the pitch, creating what the project manager describes as a cauldron of sound, despite the relatively modest capacity. Community integration. Perhaps the most impressive aspect of the expansion is how it integrates with the surrounding community. Unlike some stadium developments that feel imposed upon their neighborhoods, Bournemouth's plans explicitly aim to enhance the local area. The design includes a community hub that will operate year-round, housing educational facilities, health and well-being services, and community outreach programs. The club has committed to ensuring at least 70% of construction jobs go to local workers, with apprenticeship opportunities for young people from the Bournemouth area. Environmental considerations feature prominently too. Solar panels will cover approximately 60% of the roof space, while a sophisticated rainwater collection system will provide irrigation for the pitch and supply non-potable water throughout the facility. The club aims to make this the most sustainable stadium in the Premier League. No small feat, given recent eco-friendly developments at clubs like Forest Green Rovers and Liverpool. The financial gamble. Let's talk numbers. The expansion comes with a hefty price tag, estimated at between 60 and 70 million pounds. For a club that reported revenues of 140 million pounds last year, this represents a significant financial commitment. Financing for the project draws from multiple sources: club equity investment, commercial loans, advanced sales of premium seating packages, and some limited public infrastructure funding for the community elements. The club projects the expanded stadium will increase annual revenues by at least 25 million pounds, meaning the investment could potentially pay for itself within 3 to 4 years. But therein lies the risk. These financial projections assume continued Premier League status. Relegation would catastrophically impact these numbers, potentially leaving the club with a state-of-the-art stadium they struggle to fill or finance. It's a high-stakes gamble that underscores the precarious economics of football outside the established elite. Construction challenges. Building a modern stadium while continuing to play home matches presents enormous logistical challenges. Construction will proceed in phases, beginning with the east stand, followed by the south stand, and finally renovations to the north and west stands. The club has secured temporary planning permission to extend capacity in unaffected areas during construction, minimizing the financial impact of reduced attendances. Even so, matchday revenues will take a hit during the estimated 18 to 24-month construction period. Engineering challenges abound. The stadium's proximity to residential areas imposes strict noise and light pollution constraints. Construction hours are limited, and the club has invested in state-of-the-art noise reduction technologies, including acoustic barriers and specialized equipment. The limited footprint presents another obstacle. Unlike clubs building on new sites, Bournemouth must maximize a constrained space, requiring innovative architectural solutions. The new east stand, for instance, will cantilever over the existing structure, increasing capacity without expanding the physical footprint. This expansion represents more than just additional seats. It symbolizes Bournemouth's transition from Premier League outsiders to established top-flight contenders. When Eddie Howe guided the club to promotion in 2015, many viewed their Premier League presence as a charming but temporary story. Few believed the smallest stadium in the league could sustain top-flight football. Yet here we are, with Bournemouth making a statement of permanence in concrete and steel. The expanded stadium will still be among the Premier League's smallest, but it will be purpose-built for the modern football economy, capable of generating revenues that can sustain competitive investment in the playing squad. For the local community, the project promises both economic stimulus and civic pride. Construction will create hundreds of jobs, while the finished stadium will employ dozens of permanent staff. The architectural statement will provide Bournemouth with a landmark structure befitting its status as a premier tourist destination. The countdown begins. With planning permission secured and initial groundwork underway, the clock is ticking toward the projected completion date of August 2026. The first phase, the east stand replacement, is scheduled to finish before the 2025-2026 season concludes, with the remaining work continuing through the off-season. For players, the development promises world-class facilities, including expanded training areas, improved medical suites, and recovery facilities that rival any in the league. Manager Andoni Iraola has been directly involved in designing the technical areas, ensuring they meet the tactical and analytical demands of modern football. The expanded capacity won't just improve finances, it will address the frustrating reality that thousands of loyal supporters currently cannot attend matches. The season ticket waiting list exceeds 7,000 names, a remarkable figure for a club of Bournemouth's historical stature.